is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdates 220105.9. With the Arcadia now back to pre-Moistmas levels, we are altering course to resupply and get a little R&R. We're also looking to refit and upgrade the Scutter Bork as he leaks, and that quite frankly needs to stop. Welcome back everyone. Like many before that we've covered within this rather pathetic, embarrassing, cringy series, the alleged Karen we are going to discuss today comes from the cancerous bowels of TikTok. It would have been the cancerous prostate, but that's Facebook. To ensure that this video got as much attention as possible, I couldn't help but notice that while it came from TikTok, it was tagged up with all the necessary buzzwords that get all the viewers very moist. That said, TikTok rarely ever get it right. Not even a joke. When you look at the videos in this series, it is currently 8-9, because Monday's alleged Karen was, as we all agreed, not really a Karen. The comments would certainly support that, along with many of you realizing this outfit, yes, comes from Star Trek. So what we're going to do today, because the channel in question on TikTok has 6 videos at time of recording, 5 of which center around how the Karen alleged behave. We are going to go through each of those videos, and then the final statement put out by Peach Megalodon, which is the name of the user on TikTok.
What's your name? What's your name? Don't touch me.
Where did I call?
What's your name? Don't touch me.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rudy, this is your family, the Asian family.
Oh boy. I see we're off to a stellar start. We have a glass of wine, a car park. This is your Asian family being uttered from the mouth of what looks like a white woman. Okay, let's see if we can find a sensible point to make. Somebody did raise a point in the comments to this particular TikTok that it is illegal to be intoxicated publicly. In Nevada, that is not the case. Nevada has no state public intoxication law, as it both protects people from suffering any criminal penalty, including arrest for the mere act of being drunk in public, and prohibits local jurisdictions from enacting criminal public intoxication laws on their own. Now about that comment though, this is your Asian family. That's a spicy one, really spicy. You see, when people call you racist, this is what they will undoubtedly latch onto, and it becomes very difficult for someone like me to prove it wrong. Is it drunk words, sober thoughts? Is that the term?
This is your mother and father.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What's your name?
Are Asian.
What's your name?
My fucking kids are Asian.
You don't have to be a racist.
No, you're racist.
While it is possible that lady was in fact talking to her family in her inebriated state, I couldn't help but notice the screen wasn't on though. Usually if you're talking to somebody and you take it away from your face, it does turn on, doesn't it? I could of course be wrong. I don't know how all phones work and their intricate operating systems. So was she actually talking to someone? Or was she just being really stupid? Again, I can't defend this. It's really funny to me. Another thing I want to point out, there is some context left out of an altercation before this happened. Whatever it was that led up to it, we're only given words of it. So we cannot say with absolute certainty whether the alleged Karen did something to instigate this in the first place or if the people holding the camera did. Not that that in any way justifies "this is your Asian family," which is, well, it's the title of the video.
If you want to be racist to everyone, why don't you sit down and shut your mouth? She called us Asian bitches and she pushed
We didn't even do anything. We were just walking.
Get the fuck away from me now.
Not to be that guy, but within the clips you've shown so far, I didn't catch the alleged Karen call you Asian bitches anywhere. You also say you weren't doing anything, but rather than leave her alone and just walk away, you stayed and antagonized. And no, I'm not saying now, it's all your fault. You are the reason this happened. It's all on you. No.
You touched me.
Just told us we call 911.
Don't talk to me like you fucking touched me first.
She's a
Who touched you?
Touch me.
Who touched you?
You touched her.
Who touched
We
you?
have a video.
Have you spliced the entire original video? Because part of me thinks some of this is out of order. And I don't mean in the sense of, this is not right, you should be ashamed of yourselves. No, I actually mean it in the sense that some of it doesn't quite line up. You have, what, 3 minutes? You could have easily left in all the jumbly, nonsensical bits to provide all the context people would have required. But then again, with the views you got for this, I can understand why you cut it all down to best sensationalize it. Also, because of the missing context, we don't actually know if she struck first or you struck first. We only know that she struck-ish when the camera was on her.
What's going on?
I'm just reading. And these guys are harassing me.
We have videotape.
You need to leave me alone.
What do you mean?
I'm done with
We
this.
were just walking to our
walking.
elevator. Our mom and her daughter. We were just peacefully walking.
I tried to look at 4 of the other videos you have on your TikTok concerning this incident. All are differing angles or close-ups of the alleged Karen. All of those clips are actually in the very first video itself, but shortened down for additional views, I'm sure. None of them confirm anything that you accuse her of. If anything, all we've got to go on is that you have pulled your camera out and she's gotten very angry. She looks inebriated and says some stupid things. You continue to do so. When someone interjects, she claims harassment, you claim harassment. When it comes to what it takes to be a Karen, usually a manager is involved. The lady does threaten to call corporate. I have no idea what that means. You threaten to call the police, which is in a later clip. I may as well play that part now.
She turned over
Stop
like
harassing me.
Asian
Look
bitches.
at her. We weren't even talking. We were just having a
I'm gonna call
conversation.
corporate. I need you guys to leave me alone.
I'm talking to him.
My
Shut your mouth.
child.
You got your okay?
Excuse me?
Yeah, go ahead. You touch her one more time. Okay, I'm gonna call the police on you. You see her.
So what you saw there were 2 separate clips actually. The first was the last part of the very first TikTok, so you had the entire video, yay, for all of us. The second part was the part I referenced when it comes to introducing the police to this situation, with the lady and the glass of wine vacating the car park entirely. At time of recording, there was no indication as to who that lady is, the alleged Karen that is. There was also no indication of any criminal charges against her for what she said, or police involvement for that matter. So the final thing I want to address, well, 2 things. The first is the statement put out by the TikTok user concerning the entire incident, and then we need to make up our mind as to whether or not the individual being filmed is a Karen or not. To clarify, my mum and I were walking back to our hotel room. We passed this lady in the hall where she stopped, turned around and said, "I hate you effing Asian bees. Go back to your country." She went out of her way to antagonize us and say racial slurs. I thought it was obvious, but we could not predict her erratic behavior or comment before it happened. Thus, we couldn't have fully recorded the remarks from the very beginning. We pulled out our phones to record the degrading comments she was making about Asians, to show proof in the situation no one helped us in. How we handled the situation we were in was our decision. Violence on top of violence was not our decision. Being calm and defending ourselves was. In the video, you can see she assaults me twice. In the process of doing that, she was trying to take my phone away and turned it off multiple times. Never did I expect her to put her wine glass down and just attack me like that. Her flip of a switch behavior is abnormal in the video and in person. Any person who resorts to violence and has random peaks of anger should be a red flag. The video distinctively shows her talking about her Asian child, which is both sad and embarrassing on her part. She would have no reason to say what she says on video if she didn't make racist remarks herself. As an Asian American, I have every right to defend myself and my mother. She should have never touched me, let alone scream racist remarks. Essentially, I do not blame the robbed, blame the robber. She could not handle the fact that we were recording her because she knew at a certain point we were not going to let her racial remarks go unheard. It is not my responsibility to cater to the ignorance who demand more proof. Sticking up for myself does not make her a victim. There are a couple points within this I do want to quickly touch upon. You are right to point out that you could never have predicted how the situation would have unfolded, but to make the claims and provide that video as proof, with parts missing at the start and only your word to go on, means that people are going to be more skeptical. I also found it fascinating she put the wine glass down before she went in on you. It tells me her priorities were straight. I'm kidding, of course I am. Second, because people are being critical of what they see, because they don't see enough to really call her a Karen, they are right to chastise you because you've just called someone a Karen cause. and put it online for clout. There is a possibility, yes, that this person is a Karen based on behavior, but it is such a tricky one. Is she racist? That one, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. You know what? I'm going to leave that to my audience. So if you believe that this person is a Karen, do let me know in the comments. If you believe she's also racist, do let me know in the comments. If she is a Karen, that means the score is 9-9. I know, we're finally even again. If not, the score is 8-10. Thank you very much for joining. Please smash the like, leave a comment, share the video. Hope to see you on Twitch tonight. Ta-ta for now.